Vietnam recap. This war was named the Vietnam War, mostly because it took place in Vietnam. The war lasted 20 whole years, dating back to November 1st, 1955 to April 30th, 1975. Ain't that crazy? 1968 was the worst year for the U.S. Army soldiers because they died in this year. Up to 246 kills for the Americans. This was one of the assault rifles used by the Americans in the war to fight off the Viet Cong. One of the three causes in the war was the Americans' containment in the war. The U.S. never should have been in the war in the first place, so they lost the war. The second reason was European imperialism in Vietnam. That's bad. The French colonization of Vietnam began in the earnest of 1800s and lasted 6 decades. The French justified their imperialism with a civilizing mission, a pledge to develop backwards nations. 2. In reality, French colonism is chiefly driven by economic interest. I definitely did not read that off of Google. The third reason is communism in Russia. The war ended in 1973 because for the Americans, because they signed a peace treaty for Vietnam. Many civilians died in the war, along with American soldiers, ranking up to 558,466 deaths. That's a lot. Vietnam War was very deadly, but not as deadly as World War II. We'll get to that later. So this concludes my very bad Vietnam War recap. My history teacher does not know where I live, and I'm not doing this video for my safety.